This was wild. All right, so yesterday, a little baseball here, Twins who lost to the White Sox 4-3. Infielder Josh Donaldson, who can rake, as we know, his days with the A's in Toronto, of course. Donaldson was upset with home plate umpire Dan Bellino's strike zone, prompting skipper Rocco Baldelli to come out and argue with the ump. It's a no-no. You can't do that. On the very next pitch, Donaldson crushed a bomb, left field. And as he crossed home plate, he kicked dirt on the plate like Billy Martin. It was crazy. Bellino promptly gave him the thumb. He bounced Donaldson, who then doubled back and then kicked more dirt on the plate before walking off. In or out? Kicking dirt on the plate is reason for ejection.
Now, I'm going to say, of course it's not, but I'm going to say inbounds, though, BT, because it's more about respect. These home plate umpires and these gentlemen tasked with calling balls and strikes are so sensitive, and if you're not respecting them, then they're going to toss you. So is it an ejectable offense? Yeah, it is. It's inbounds, but should it be? No.
Yeah, I don't think it is. I think that's the kind of thing, anytime an umpire's showing up, you're going to get the thumb. There's no doubt. You're staring at him, you start chirping from the dugout. If you're a pitcher and, you kind of give him the eyeball from the mound, like, where's that? Come on, that's right. That's on the corner. Why aren't you giving it to me? Or, you're banging your glove around temperamentally. You're going to get bounced, or you're going to get a warning sternly. But in this instance, you know what? First of all, Donaldson was right. He was right before that. The sequence,
sure, but that doesn't even matter.
I know it doesn't. So he was ticked. He had a bomb. He was a little bit feeling himself, and he throws dirt on or kicks it on the plate. Just look the other way. It's part of my problem with these umpires, because then at that point, then Donaldson doesn't come back, and he doesn't do it again, or even say, Josh, keep going, or you're going to get bounced. Give him a chance to let that energy, that tank empty a bit. So I didn't love it. It's definitely disrespectful. But I thought if it was handled differently, you would not have needed to give him the boot. So there you go. All right, Tiki, we start with this. So yesterday, the NFL sent a memo to all teams outlining the procedures for closing team facilities on Tuesday, November 3rd for Election Day. Players and staff will have off so they can vote, and the league stressed that teams should minimize the number of staff present on Election Day. However, November 3rd is also the NFL trade deadline, and NFL Network's Tom Pelissero reports the league is not planning to change the deadline date. That doesn't seem very intelligent.
I know.
Jeez. In or out, the NFL should move the trade deadline so it doesn't fall on Election Day.
Yeah, of course
As
they
I present
should.
the easiest question in the last couple of weeks.
Inbounds, man. Of course they should. Either move it a day forward or move it a day back. It doesn't matter, but don't give a day that you can't do anything and say you have to have your trades in by here. It makes sense to just move it back to Wednesday. There is no, I guess, because of how guys are going to, potential free agents or potential trade targets would be integrated into a new system. Maybe Tuesday makes it logistically easier because you're off anyways that day. And so maybe you do it the day before. Make it Monday. Whatever it is, move it so it doesn't interfere and become confusing to those people who want to try to get deals done. But just because the offices are closed doesn't mean that the guys can't work.
Yeah, I'm going to. Listen, that's obvious. I'm going to take it in a bit of a different direction. I'm going to say out of bounds because I don't think that the facility should be closed on Election Day. How about you get up like a normal human being and go and do what we've been doing for the last 15, 20 years and go vote in the morning? What the hell? I got to be honest
late
with
at night,
you.
be honest with you.
Or vote at night.
I think the 20 whatever it was 2000 election. I voted like at 8 o'clock at night. It was late.
Yeah, there are. Roughly 90% of the states, their polls open between 6 or 7 a.m. in the morning, and most of them close between 7 and 8 o'clock at night. So, how about you juggle going to vote like a normal human being? I don't understand. I don't know where that phone's ringing from, but something is ringing in my office. Sorry about that. I understand the initiative to inspire, young people who maybe don't view voting seriously or didn't know how to vote. Yeah, that's great. But you're not at the building 15 hours a day. Drop your kids off at school. Go vote like the rest of humanity. I don't know. I think it's unnecessary. I really do. That's it. The Kings have not made the postseason since 2006, and they haven't won a playoff series since 2004. It's been a little while. Hopes have been relatively high in Northern California. North past Golden State, obviously, after the drafting of De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield, and Marvin Bagley. But they finished 12th in the Western Conference, 31 wins. Now after they fired GM Vlade Divac, the team announced yesterday that they've hired former Rockets assistant GM Monty McNair as their new GM. So maybe he could change things up for a franchise that, when they're good, that place rocks. I'll stick up for Kings fans all the time. They're pretty good. So the team's not, fans are. The Kings core of Fox, Hield, and Bagley are good enough to turn them into a playoff team.
Man,
what do you got?
This is hard. I'm going to say inbounds because I don't want to, I don't want to demean these kids because they're still kids. They're young. I mean, the oldest one is probably De'Aaron Fox, right? He's 24.
No,
Buddy
Hield's about 20. He's going to be 28 in December. But
yeah, he's 27.
He'll be 28.
But he's a shooter, right? He's their two, maybe even a three, depending on where he is. So I don't want to demean them.
Yeah.
I'm going to say inbounds, but I still think they need another star. They need a superstar, and they don't have it yet.
Well, I mean, I don't want to demean them either, but the answer to me is absolutely out of bounds. This team is going nowhere. I mean, when you talk about it the way the question's positioned here, Buddy Hield is a one-trick pony, and he's very good at it, but he's a one-trick pony. And what was he drafted? 6th, 7th? Where was he taking him?
Yeah, he's top 10.
He's a lottery.
Yeah.
He hasn't been a lottery pick. Come on. De'Aaron Fox, I love De'Aaron. De'Aaron Fox is a star. And Bagley puts up a lot of empty numbers, but quite frankly, doesn't do anything great. So that's the one aspect of it. The other aspect of it is, well, are they going to be a playoff team? Okay, Denver's not going anywhere. They're young. The Warriors are coming back. Lakers still have LeBron and AD. Clippers still have their guys. The Suns are coming. Just look at what they did in the bubble. The Dallas Mavericks are going to be around and a problem for a long time. The Pelicans are coming. The Memphis Grizzlies are coming. There's just too many good teams. So, if Buddy Hield was better, or if Marvin Bagley was better, I think, because you need shooting. I'm just not a big Bagley guy. De'Aaron Fox needs a lot more help than he has, and that trio will not be good enough to be a consistent playoff team in the very congested Western Conference. So Deion Sanders is set to be named the next head coach at Jackson State, something I thought would be great. I'm like, get him in there. You want to coach? Go for it. Sanders doesn't have any college or professional coaching experience, but he served as the OC at his son's high school in Texas, which is pretty much like college football.
They were on ESPN the first game of their season.
I didn't see that. Were they really?
Yeah.
Wow. How did son do? Did he do well?
Yeah, his son's a quarterback. He's pretty good.
Yeah. Where's he going? Florida Atlantic, didn't he? Where did he commit to, right? Florida, FAU,
I think you're right. It is. It's one of those
Florida, one of those acronyms down south.
Yeah, but not like Florida or Florida State.
No, definitely not that.
You're right. I think it is FAU.
Okay. So, as we know about Jackson State, the small HBCU school, they play in the SWAC, but it hasn't finished above 500 since 2013 and won't play this fall, opting for a spring schedule set to start on February 19th, doing their own thing. In or out, Deion will be coaching in the FBS within 5 years.
5 years. I'm going to say inbounds. If he didn't want to coach in the FBS, he would not have made this jump. So yeah, I'm going to say inbounds to this. And he's a good coach. He obviously knows football. His IQ from his playing days we knew was high, and now as a coach, it's gotten even more extensive because working with his son, who is a quarterback, as we were talking about, marries his I can't call it a weakness because he obviously knows football, but he was a defensive guy. He was one of the greatest cornerbacks in the history of the game, so he understood defense. Now working with his son as basically a coordinator and as a quarterback coach, he has a really good balance of football. And so as he becomes a teacher, he's obviously influential. We know that when Deion Sanders calls you up, you're taking the phone call, even if as a 15, 16-year-old kid, you don't know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom and dad know who he is.
That's right.
He will be in living rooms and recruiting with great acumen. So I'm going to say, yeah, he'll be an FBS coach.
Oh, and once he rolls through the door and that charisma's flowing through the house,
forget it.
I mean, come on.
Yep.
I'm not sure if he's going to flip any 5-stars, but he's going to get kids who would never even look at Jackson State. I think it's a terrific hire. I think it's a great journey by Deion. I love to see it. Inbounds. I mean, there's no doubt that he's going to be in the FBS. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes and saves Florida State at some point. I mean, 5 years. Now, if Mike said 3 years, I'd say, well, 3 years.
Yeah, you still got to learn how to be a coach.
I was going to say.
It'll take you 2 years to figure out what the hell you're doing.
Yeah, you've got to lay a foundation.
Yep.
You've got to find out exactly what your system is. How do I build the staff? You've got to learn even though he's got the charisma and the roots to recruit, there's still a pattern to it and a methodology. So I think Deion, if he's truly committed to this, and let's face it, the NFL Network let him go. I mean, maybe there is, but I don't see a role for him at ESPN. I mean, what else is he going to do in terms of the media? Not that he can't create something because he's got the bank and he's got the juice. Maybe he can. I'm sure he can. But if he really wants to grind a little bit and really wants to coach, I think Deion could be terrific. I said this 3 weeks ago, and I'm saying it now. Good for Jackson State. I love this.
Yeah, just for emphasis, he did sign with Barstool, so he's doing a show.
Oh, did he? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay,
I don't know what the show is, but
gotcha.
Portnoy and those guys they're going to support him in whatever he does. So
21st and Prime. Is that what did they?
I don't know.
They may have rebooted that.
Maybe, I don't know.
I didn't know he was doing Barstool. I didn't see that. Okay. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell to be notified when we drop fresh content.